I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on now to page 27 of the Grade 3 Discovering Music Theory workbook, continuing with the topic of keys and scales. And exercise 3 asks us to add missing degrees of the major scale, and then we need to just think about our key signatures so as we know which accidentals to apply. Otherwise it won't be quite right because we won't have applied the necessary key signature to make it the major scale pattern. And so here our tonic note is A flat. So we need to think, what key signature would A flat major have? And so we need to just make sure we revise this and are aware that A flat major has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, and D flats. There we go. And so now we're ready to think one, always counting the tonic as one and counting space line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the space. That's our fifth, but because it's in the key of A flat major, E must be flattened, and so we can double check that we've got that correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, and we need B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, so we know that E flat is correct. And so if E is our tonic, we need to count up 7 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 takes us to D. That's only half of the story, because do remember that E major requires F, C, G, D sharps. And so this D must be sharpened. And so long as you remember to count the given note as 1 and count in steps, line, space, the only way you can go wrong is if you forget to count that note as number 1 and just can't move on up first of all. And again, you can double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and we need F sharps, C sharps, G sharps and D sharps, and we can see that D sharp is indeed the 7th degree of the scale. Let's move on. So here we have an E as our tonic, so we need to be thinking in E major just the same. So we have F, C, G, D sharps, and we need the third. 1, 2, 3 takes us to G, and of course that should be G sharp to be correct. And so if you haven't done so already, I do suggest you now press pause and have a go at the remaining exercises here. So I'm hoping that you've now completed these, and let's check these through together. It's much better to learn by your mistakes. Always work in pencil and then you can just erase it out and have another go. So here our tonic is A flat, and so we need to bear in mind B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. Now let's think, if A is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to the D, and of course that needs to be a D flat. Continuing on, now here we have an E, and so an eighth, or we could say octave, counting 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will take us, of course, to E again, back to our tonic again. And so although there is a key signature of F, C, G, D sharps, E is not affected, the tonic is E. we get E again. Now we're counting for a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to A. And of course, the key signature is F, C, G, D sharps. A is not affected. That just stays as plain old A. Let's look at this final row. So here we have a tonic of A flat. And so we need to bear in mind the key signature would be B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. Of course, as there is no key signature given, we need to apply these as accidentals wherever necessary. So now let's count our sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to F. And that's not affected. There are no flats relating to this note F, so we're done. And then here, if A flat is the tonic, we've got to move up one step. That takes us to B, and we know that B should be flattened because we should have a key signature of B, E, A, D flat, so that B must be flattened. And of course we know that B is the first of the flats, and if there are going to be 4 flats, the first of those is B flats. So we know that's got to be B flat straight away. And then here we are in A flat again. And so we have to think of the third. 1, 2, 3 takes us to C. And we know that A flat major has B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. C is not affected. And so we are completed for that exercise. Now in exercise 4, we now get to test our knowledge of all of the key signatures that we've covered so far from grades 1, 2 and 3. So you may want to just quickly have a little revise from page 25 and just recap all of these key signatures that will now be called into question. So just have a little bit of a revise, and then I suggest you pop that away, get that away, and use this as a test to see what you know. And what you get wrong is a good exercise in teaching you what you need to perhaps just refresh on. So do use this as a little test, and then you'll be aware of what you know and what you don't know. And it's always best to learn your mistakes now. Better to learn it by mistakes now than on exam day. So do test yourself now, and I'm hoping that you've done that. So let's check these through together. And so we know that F sharps is the key signature of G major, which has 1 sharp, and so that's G major. 1 flat is the key of F major. Now 4 sharps is our new key of E major, and 4 flats is our new key of A flat major. And when there are 4 flats, it's always B, E, A, D. When there are 4 sharps, it's always F, C, G, D. So the second you see this pattern, and you notice that they're always placed in the same position to create this sort of diagonal pattern, and you don't even need to think, good boys to football, F, C, or Celtic grass, G. You know that it's always F, C, G, D. It will always go in that pattern for sharps, and B, E, A, D is always the pattern for flats. Now we perhaps get a little bit of revision on some keys from grade 2 and grade 1 in fact as well. So 3 sharps, if you've done your revision correctly, will tell us that we are in A major. 2 flats is B flat major, 1 flat is F, 2 flats is B flat, and then if we add another flat we go to E flat major, and 2 sharps is D major. So maybe a little bit of revision there might be helpful if you found some of those a little bit tricky. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.